Jay, I see a lot of times on social media this thought process that you can't listen to other people unless they have made it, much further in life than you are. Like you can't ever listen to the person that's on your level or what have you. And so, we've talked about that off camera, but let's bring that conversation to our audience here. What do you think about that, and what do you have to say to it?
I think it's one of the greatest issues and injustices. I'm trying to find the right word to describe how bad that is, that narrative is. And I hear a lot of our individuals saying that, the social media so-called gurus or what have you, saying that, oh, why are you talking to him? He ain't never did nothing. She ain't never did nothing. Boo, 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 boo. That, you mean to tell me that when you look at coaching, whatever the spectrum is, LeBron James values what Maverick Carter says. He values what Rich Paul says. Neither one of them have money like he does or have accomplished the things he's accomplished, but he values it from day one. From day one. We're not going to say because they're friends now. Because if the story is true, what Rich Paul said about LeBron James and him, they met, they got cool. He had no expectations of him. He just added value whenever he was around him, talked to him, everything like that. Then he put him on just because he said, hey, I don't know what your job going to be for me. I just want you around. That's what those people do. Some people just add value. Don't mean that they got to be a millionaire. It doesn't mean that they can't assess your situation better than you can. Floyd Mayweather, as good as he is, he never walked into a ring with a coach or a trainer that got to the heights that he did. I'm not saying get somebody totally out of the realm who don't have a clue about what the hell you're doing. No, that would be dumb. But when y'all specifically say they haven't done what you're doing and they don't got more, and a lot of the dummies, he don't got more money than you. You ain't got more money than me. How you gonna tell me how to do something? You don't know that there are people who can take in information way better than you can, but that don't mean they got the nuts to go out and execute like you. That's two different situations. But so with their knowledge and your execution, it's a win. A la Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, Kobe Bryant, Phil Jackson, Shaquille O'Neal. He can never do what these people do. Kobe don't have a championship without Phil, and Mike don't have championships without Phil. And Shaq only got one without him, and that was with Pat Riley. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to really stop doing that, especially black people. We got to stop because it's the bum on the street that was in the mix doing what you doing, and they took a hit, and they know all of the pitfalls. And you need to hear those pitfalls so that you don't go over them. But you don't want to listen to them because they don't got no bread or they don't look like a certain thing. Man, I got people right now kissing my ass, directly or indirectly, that I was telling the same things I've been telling 10, 12, 13 years ago. But they ain't want to hear it. Oh, they want to listen now? They want to listen now because I'm up. But they ain't want to hear nothing then. That sucks. And all those people look like me. All of them. That's crazy. We got to stop doing that. Whoever got some good information is good information. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is knowledge. Knowledge doesn't have a dollar amount attached to it. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge is knowledge. People who have made mistakes can tell you more than the people who are successful, because this is the thing. You can't always duplicate somebody else's success. Sometimes they're gifted by God and they don't know how to tell somebody else how to be as good as them. A la Michael Jordan. Best basketball player that ever played in the NBA, and he's the worst NBA executive. He can't tell Michael Jordan would be a horrible coach. He cannot tell people how to be as good as he was. Because you can't give somebody else what God gave you. That's why the best coaches are the old point guards or role players, because they really had to study the game and learn the game. Steve Kerr was a point guard just like Steph Curry. But he was not as good as Steph Curry, nowhere near. He couldn't even imagine being that good, and he was a sharpshooter. But he's a good coach for Steph Curry. Like, all of the signs point to this type of behavior being the right way. But it always takes us, because it's mostly us, who is saying, oh, if he ain't got this, he ain't driving this car, he ain't riding this house. And this is what makes our people susceptible to the fakers online. The people that's doing all this shit on the green screen. The people who renting cars just to put themselves out there, or renting people houses and Airbnbs to put themselves out there because they know they're not going to be received unless they look like they're winning. No matter how good the information is. They will not be received unless they look like they're winning out of this world. And we're shooting ourselves in the foot just because of that.